Welcome my freckled friends, this is Jamie, and in today's video we are going to check out ATEEZ's new comeback song, Lemon Drop. So, I kind of forgot that they had a comeback coming. I knew about it because I pre-saved their album on Spotify a while back, but I completely forgot that it was like so soon. So yeah, we're going to check that out today. I think it came out, hold on, let's see, it came out 4 days ago. Sorry, I'm a tad behind. But yeah, we're gonna check that out today. I don't think that they yet have a dance practice to it. I see they do have, obviously, their comeback stage, which we will probably watch over on, I almost said ATEEZ. We will watch over on Patreon, because it looks like they also have a performance for Hollow by Stray Kids. That's Stray Kids' new Japanese comeback. So, oh, they do have a dance practice. Okay, so we will watch the music video and the dance practice in this video, and then a performance we'll watch over on Patreon, along with the performance of Hollow. That's what we're gonna do today. So, let's go ahead and get into it. Sorry, my my like battery saving thing just came on in my laptop, so the coloring went like really dark. Hold on, let me go get my charger. Okay, so it is brighter now. We've got our power. I was gonna say, Sunghwa, you need to calm down, and then San comes in and does even more.
사랑은 완벽하진 않지만 focus on me 온몸에 떨려 내 소리가 내게 반주같이 쓰고 달고 그래 환상에 차려준 내 놈은 나빠 더는 착하지 마 뿌리를 뱉다 누구 감나 누구 다시 담아 가스테이크 같은 그저 그런 영화 여기 저기 그저 그런 속도만 남겨봤다 ain't like that 뜨거워 여름밤 열기 너와 나 둘만의 party yeah feel the heat going crazy just this night on the window drop close 조금 더 closer tequila sunrise we're staying up till sunrise drop closer 조금 더 closer tequila sunrise stay up all night till sunrise ain't nobody yeah 너만 보여 여기에 ain't nobody yeah you know you the hottie yeah I'm a drop line
Guys, don't lock him in a hot car.
작업 too much 이건 fine done just good time 침이 고요하게 가심은 lemon drop 입에 담기에 넌 너무 너래 너 배째를 타면 머릿속에 parade 겨울 뜰때 마음 책임지기 바래 We are sweet now short than a period We take it slow I got what you want 누가 뭐래도 너 원하는 대로 no Come inside 뜨거워 여름밤 열기 너와 나 둘만의 party Yeah feel the heat going crazy Cheers to this night on the window 조금 더 closer tequila sunrise We're staying up till sunrise Lemon drop closer 조금 더 closer tequila sunrise Stay up all night till sunrise nobody, ain't nobody, 너만 보여 여기에.
Ain't nobody, ain't nobody, you know you're the hottie, ain't nobody, ain't nobody, 너만 보여 여기에. Ain't nobody, ain't nobody, you know you're the hottie,
Okay, first of all, are ATEEZ okay after that? That was a lot. First of all, I really liked most of their looks. I think I've been a little harsh on ATEEZ and their like fashion. It doesn't tend to be my favorite, but I actually quite liked, and not just because they were like half clothed, but I mean maybe because I always get on to K-pop groups who are just wearing way too much, like too many layers. The fabric is heavy. I'm always like more on the side of like wearing lighter fabrics and not wearing as much. With videos it's a little bit different, because with music videos it's, you know, it's in a controlled environment typically, but I usually get upset when, you know, K-pop idols are wearing like a bunch of clothes up on stage in June, like outside in, you know, 90-degree temperatures. Like that's what I get upset about. So I don't know, maybe it is their lack of clothing that made me like it more. But I also go on and on about stuff that looks flattering, and I feel like in today's fashion, like a lot of layers, a lot of flowy fabrics, and like oversized has been really trendy. I like oversized to an extent, but not to the extent that you can't see anybody's like figure. Like I like the human body and I like the human figure, and I like being able to see the differences in people's shapes and in people's figures. And you know, I've not been the biggest fan of all of the like oversized trends, but I loved this. This fashion was very simple. It was very like realistic, I would say, as well. Like other than the boots, I don't know that you would find many people just out on the streets in those boots, but otherwise, like some of them were wearing tennis shoes. Yeah, otherwise I think it was very realistic for like a hot day. Except for, and this is what made me laugh. This is what made me laugh, because you know, we always have Sun looking like this. Like that's not a new thing. You have Sunghwa looking like this. Short sleeve shirt. It's white, it's a light color. Makes sense to wear in the summer, you know? But then you have my guy right here, who is always like the most modest ever, always wearing stuff up to his neck, long sleeves, even his whole head is covered, and he's wearing long pants, tennis shoes. The only skin that you can see is his hands and his neck and his face, and that's it. That just made me laugh. Never changed, Jungkook. But yeah, I liked the whole vibe of this music video. It was light. It was a brighter. I think I was talking about with Stray Kids' new music video Hollow, that, you know, I feel like we've seen kind of a darker concept quite a bit lately from, you know, multiple groups, and that I really, for the next one, want kind of a lighter concept, a lighter, brighter concept. And I think this gave it a little bit. This definitely was very like summer vibes. So even when it was a little bit darker, it was still kind of bright. And even like when it's dark and the only light that you have is like in this car, it still has this like bright feeling. I really liked that. I'm kind of wanting to come back to the age and to an era of like brighter concepts, you know? So I really liked the music video. I liked the visuals. Everyone looks great. I'm not a huge fan of blonde Woo Young. It's super blonde, and I'm not a huge fan of blonde on really any of them. I think Woo Young looks better with kind of that like silvery color. If he wants to go light, I think he looks better with a silvery color. But unfortunately, the blonde that a lot of these K-pop stars end up going is like a yellow undertone That's just, I don't know, I don't like it, and I don't feel like, especially with Wooyoung, he has more of a like darker skin tone, so I feel like he would look great with like a I feel like he would look great with like a dirty blonde color rather than that like bleach blonde. Sorry, I don't mean to make it negative. He can do whatever color he wants to do. As far as the song, I know their last several comebacks have not really been favorites of mine, have not gone on any playlists of mine. I do like this one a little bit more than the last few. I still think it sounds very similar. I think they have, and I know they're in this like golden hour era, you know, and so it makes sense that their title tracks for each of these albums will sound very similar and will kind of have a similar vibe. But like Ice, Crazy Form, Work, like those all to me sounded very similar. Sorry, Ice on my teeth is what I mean. Those all sounded very similar, and it wasn't like my favorite type of sound when it comes to a song that I like to listen to. So I think with each one that came out, I was like, oh, okay, we're doing this sound again. This one moved away from it a little bit, but it's still very similar. Like I said, I think I do like this one a little bit more, but I don't know that this is going to be going on a playlist of mine. So let me know what y'all think of their title tracks recently. I know a lot of their songs have been really popular, and you know, they're reaching more and more people with their songs recently, and that's wonderful for them, and I'm glad that they're able to do that. I tend to like more of their like older stuff, and I'm not going to sit here and say that, oh my gosh, they should go back to what they were doing. I'm not going to say that, you know. We move forward, we progress, you know, and if this is the progression that they want to take, then this is the progression that they should take, you know. But I do tend to favor their kind of older songs like Wave and Illusion and Answer and Promise and things like that. Inception. I don't know if this is the sound that's trending right now and that's popular right now, this type of music. So it makes sense that they would be doing this type of music if that's in fact what's popular right now. But yeah, I again, like I said on my last one, I will continue to listen to their songs. Sorry, my battery died and I don't fully remember what it was that I was saying before. I am going to try to get back into the album reviews for ATEEZ. I believe I'm like 3 or 4 albums behind. So I have reacted to title tracks from albums that I've not actually listened to the rest of the album. And so I might be able to find, you know, B-side tracks that I end up really loving. And that has happened before with ATEEZ, that's happened with Stray Kids, with BTS, that I end up liking the B-side tracks more than I do the title tracks. I'm going to try and get back into my album reviews for ATEEZ. I believe I left off, I think the album that had Bouncy on it may have been the last album that I did a review on and that I fully listened to. So maybe next week I can work on the next album review and we can listen to some more of their current songs and their B-side tracks, and I can maybe fall in love with some of those songs. So yeah, I think that's going to be it. Those were my thoughts on Lemon Drop. Oh, we've got a dance practice to watch. Let's do it. There are a lot of carrots in the comment section. Injean passing by to support, Stay passing by to support ATEEZ, Army passing by to support ATEEZ. That's awesome. So maybe ATEEZ is the group that brings all the other groups together, right? All the other fandoms together. Like this color on Wooyoung, I do like. One of the things I love about ATEEZ when I watch them dance is they always look like a dance crew off the street with their movements and with their choreography. So whoever choreographs their routines, like, big props to them, because they always look like over almost any group that I've ever seen. And like I said, coming as an army, a stay, like almost any group I've ever seen, they seem the most like these guys were all dancers that came together and formed a group. Like, that's kind of what they seem like. They just have this very like natural way about them that a lot of times I think that's why I don't pause as much during ATEEZ dance practices, because it's almost like their choreography doesn't seem like separate moves. You know, because on some other ones I can like stop because I'm like, oh, that was a really cool move, and then back up a little bit and we see that move again. But on theirs, it's just this like natural movement that they have in their dances. And so I tend to not pause as much because I like just seeing them move, you know, and it's so very natural. Like I said, props to their choreographer as well. Because it's so fluid. It's awesome. I would say that I love their dance style, because I love like street dancers and the many styles of street dancing, and so this group seems to have that feel and that vibe the most, I would say, out of any group that I've watched. Mesmerizing. Why does it look like there are 15 people on this dance room? Okay, it's just 8. Like, there seems to be so many of them. For some reason I think they look bigger. I love Mingy's outfit so much. Okay, now we've added people. I just also always love how they incorporate female dancers, ATEEZ. And not just for like dancing sexy next to them. It's like really incorporating them into their choreography. Why does that look so tall? Hold up. Look at I was trying to look at their shoes. I'm like, maybe San is just wearing like super platform shoes, but so is Mingy. I'm like, why does San look like he's only like maybe an inch or two shorter than Mingy? Yeah, that was fun. I really enjoyed that. Like I said, honestly, I feel like you could compete in like dance competitions with this group, and there's like no weak link, like at all. Not even somebody that like if you focused on them, they are not doing quite as well, but when they're a full group, they are just fine, you know? Like there's not even that. It's like if you focused on each one separately, like they would be giving it their all and like hitting everything, and yeah, I love watching this group dance. It's very enjoyable, very infectious. Like you kind of want to get up and start dancing yourself. Outfits, love. Again, Jungho. All you can see, a little bit of his neck, his face, and his hands, and that's it. But I mean, that's kind of how Sunghwa is today, so, and Hangjung, so he's not completely out of place. I love San. I love San's dance practice vibe, always. I prefer the tennis shoes over the like pointy-toed boots that we a lot of times get from San in dance practice. But I love his whole way about him in a dance practice. Hangjun, he's so cool. I love all their outfits. My favorite's Mingi. I love a good army green. That's one of my favorite colors. I'm wearing it right now. I love a good army green. This is great. Sometimes their music becomes more of like a background music for me, and I'm focusing on other things, which is not how it is with me a lot. I typically focus on production of a song, like how the song sounds. That's what I tend to focus on, especially with like Stray Kids. And so I've said before, I'm like, well, I'm not great at picking up on lyrics. I'm not great at, you know, visually seeing what's going on in a music video, because I a lot of times am focusing on the actual sound of the song and I'm focusing on the singing. But with this group, especially the last several songs, I don't know if it's the repetitive nature of their songs, of the last several songs that they've had, but their actual music almost becomes like background to me, and I focus more on what's going on in the music video, their choreography, and it kind of just becomes something that I like hear, but I'm not really super focused on. And I'm not necessarily going to say that that's a bad thing. It's just a different experience. It's a different way that I'm experiencing ATEEZ. Versus some of the other groups that I listen to. So yeah, I'm not going to say that that's a bad thing, or that's one is better than the other. Just a different experience with this group. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Let me know what your thoughts are on this song, the music video, their fits, whatever you would like to comment on. I would love to hear from you. But that is going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye y'all.